Good day. This is Mo Sticky Pads back at you. Happy summer. Salute to all the pest technicians out there working super hard. I am on your side as a salute and tribute to your hard work this summer. I'm going to give you inspiration, and I feel you so much that I'll have to do this for you. I got to stay hydrated for you guys because it is a hot summer nationwide. You guys are feeling it. So want to just contribute and say thank you for your hard work and your services. Now, I am going to give you a tip that is very effective that is for the summer. Now, this is a tip that is very good to use. I've done it. People have told me to do it. It's very ethical. You are not breaking any rules. You are not breaking any disrespect for the company and for the customer. And this is in regards to extra services and initials. Okay. If you want to go home early, I would recommend you try this tip. Okay. There's extended amount of hours going on, and certain companies have their windows. You have your 8 to 10s, your 10 to 12s, your 1 to 3s, your 3 to 5s, and your 5 to 7s. That's your shift for the whole day, every day. Now, the company I worked for most of the time did their initials and extra services after the traditional 3 to 5 time, which would be your 5 to 7s. But as I realized, you can use this for your 5 to 7, excuse me, your 3 to 5s and your 5 to 7s. If you want to go home early and you want to be home with your family, or if you want to be home and regroup for the next morning, these are for you guys who do these services. And actually, if you don't have a company that has windows and the customer has a specific time that he wants you to be there, as per the front desk professionals. This is very important. This is if the front desk people, because every pest technician company has front desk people, the salesperson gives the information to the administrators and or the front desk people, and they send it to any particular technicians that are in that area. So here it is right here. This is what you do. So you're looking at your service and you built your route. Your route is built the way that you love it, you like it. All your customers you are in good space with. You are in great space of making a great rapport with them. Now let's just say is a 5 to 7, right? And this particular stop or address, you know this customer. You are familiar with this customer or you're familiar with this route. So, what I would recommend you do is if you know you're exhausted, I would recommend that you call the customer, politely mention the review of the service. Now, again, this is for extra service. I'm going to talk about initials a little bit later. This is that atmosphere is a little bit different in a different tone, but I'm going to explain that. Hello, this is Morris Bryant. Um, I is this such and so? Yes, I see that you have your service here scheduled for 5 to 7, and wanted to know if it was possible. Most important, if it is possible, that I can make it to your stop a little earlier. Have some openings here, and was interested to know if you have availability at this time. Mind you, you could use your lunch break. This is important because you want to go home as early as possible. So you're willing to sacrifice your lunch break because you're driving anyway. So you can eat and drive. But you can make a recommendation. Hey, I just want to let you know I have some openings and wanted to know if you would like for me to come early. If you bring it to them in that matter, that you should not receive a negative feedback. They will say, "Oh, sure, yeah, you could come anytime you want," or No, we said this and we want you to be here. This, okay, not a problem. I'll do whatever you ask, but just adding a recommendation. It's all about the tone, okay? Some of these customers, the extra services, might have it in the notes or they might not. Say, oh, I just wanted you to do the outside anyway because you didn't make it last time. There could be different scenarios. Oh, you didn't make it last time. I just wanted you to do the outside. Or, oh, yeah, you come anytime. We have some bees or a wasp in the back. Just is Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to be forward. Don't be afraid to stand up for yourself because you don't know what the outcome would be. That was so much, that was beauty to my ears to hear that. Oh yes, you could come. We just wanted you to do the outside anyway. Oh, or yes, you could come. My grandmother will be there. Oh yes, you could come. My daughter is at home anyway this summer. Or oh yes, I work from home anyway. Oh, yes, I work down the street from my job. Or, oh, yes, I have a neighbor. That's, it's beautiful. Everyone is happy. Everyone gets their service done, and you get to go home early. Second point, initials. Now, as I mentioned before, you have no idea where the energy is coming from, right? And I was afraid of that for one time. I was like, okay, well, I don't want to piss them off because they might go to another company and then I will get hit in the head from the company I currently work for. And they'll say, why did you do this? We just lost money. We just lost a sale because of your dumb behind. I had a scarcity mindset, but then it's about presentation and don't piss people off by your words. So let's go back to the scenario. You see an initial service, normally for certain companies, is from the 5 to 7 and is way out your route. Why they do that, I have no clue, but it's way off your route, somewhere, somewhere off, right? And you're probably the closest one or the easiest person to get to because they see that you have maybe 1 5 to 7, whatever the case may be. So, again, if you really want to go home, or if you had an appointment to do something later thereafter, make the phone call. Hi, this is such and such and so and so. Um, this is just wanted to see. I see that you had an initial service for this day. Just want to confirm that. Yes, that is correct. Hey, I'll just let you know that I have some free time. Wanted to know if it's okay that I could come early and do your service. They might say yes. They might say no. They might say, hey, I didn't know nothing about this. I just told him XYZ, or the salesperson didn't tell me this. I told the salesperson XYZ it was for next Thursday. See what I'm saying? You never know. So it always pays to stand up for yourself, have your chest out, be confident, and be willing to risk. That's another thing. Be willing to risk. And what's the worst thing that could happen? They'll say, "Oh no, I don't want you to do that. I want you to keep this service for this time. That's the time that I get home, and I want you to be there." And this, that, and the third. Again, it's all, and you're not breaking any code of ethics at all for both the customer and the business because you are still doing your service for the person. You're just wanting to work it out for yourself and for the customer. You come first, okay? You come first. If you are exhausted, you want to get it done. You want to do what you can to be okay for both parties, for yourself, for the company, and for the customer. All right. So that's just tips that I recommend to get. This is something that is very, this is key. Okay. It is a hot summer and you want to go home. Okay. You started your services at 8 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes some of you guys are earlier. Now, this, of course, with pest control, if you have no schedule, then obviously this doesn't apply to you. You could just rock and roll and you can do your services at any time, any day you want. but this is for people that have windows and how you can work those windows out. This still applies, but I'll get to this another time. But this still applies for regular services off season. Give you a hint. Remember, I said you have a 30-minute to an hour lunch break. We'll talk about that later. Have a good day. Stay hydrated. I'm going to drink a little bit more for you guys because I feel for you.